Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. My name is Matt. It's Ammo Nerd Day. Time to review some ammunition. Our flavor of choice is 9mm 124 grain plus P. This is from Sig. This is their V-Crown M17 load for the M17 and M18 U.S. Army sidearms. We'll throw him on the table and talk about what we're going to do today. In full transparency, the funds for this ammunition were donated by a follower of mine, Robert K. I actually picked up the ammunition from Recoil Gunworks. They are out of Indiana. They've helped me acquire some goodies for our testing. For all of our ammunition review, we have a plethora of barrel lengths. We have a 3, 4, 4.5, our 7.72, and our 16-inch. We're going to collect our velocities over those different barrel lengths. We'll do a practical accuracy test, and because this is a jacketed hollow point, we have some clear ballistics gel to test them in. It's 85 to 90 degrees outside today. Up first is our Springfield Hellcat with a 3-inch barrel. Have the Apex flat face trigger enhancement kit in here. Our 4-inch barrel, we have a Gen 4 Glock 19 MOS with a Holosun 407C up top. For our 4.5-inch barrel, we have our Palmetto State Armory dagger. This is a Glock 19 Gen 3 clone with some minor differences, trigger, shoe, and some internal differences. My favorite 9mm are CZ Scorpion Evo 3 S1 SBR with a 7.72-inch barrel, HBI parts galore, R.A.N.G.E trigger still in here, very nice SBR PCC. Here is our Sig V-Crown 124 grain jacketed hollow point at 25 yards using our 16-inch ARV9 with the primary arms first focal plane scope on there. I think we're set to about 10x. See the target really well, and what we've noted in the past is jacketed hollow point designs in 9mm, at least at close range, do very, very well. 0.764 inches, that one is our little flyer there, and the same up here. 0.89 inches, 898 inches. Look at those almost all touching each other in a clover leaf, and then we just had one little flyer there. There's a little bit of wind today, but at 25 yards, that is not going to affect our grouping. Very superb accuracy. Since I still have some gel blocks left, I figured we'd shoot our M17 124 grain V-Crown into some clear ballistics gel. We have a 6x6x16 block down there. It is used. I don't know how I just shot that so low. Really good velocity off this load. All right, folks, this is where we have to be careful when selecting a barrel length for using some of these personal protection rounds. This guy right down here at just the 11-inch mark, so that's under the FBI's 12-inch minimum, is the 3-inch. Our 4.5, though, is the perfect blend for that velocity expansion and penetration depths. We are at 14 inches there. Our 7.72 inch is right around 12.5. And then way back here at 9.5, he's kind of hard to see, is the 16-inch. So all that extra velocity is going to cause tons of expansion, at least in this bullet design, and then potentially limit its penetration. Here's a top-down shot. This is pretty typical for our pistol caliber loads is all of this wound track that you see here is permanent wound cavity. You know, it's crushing, tearing, smashing, cutting things that the bullet directly touches. The velocities that we're seeing here are not high enough to cause remote wounding or rifle-like wounding from large stretch cavities. Now, to introduce a barrier, we have some denim covering our ballistics gel down there. I forget if this is 10 or 12 ounce, but there are 5 layers in it, so we're gonna make it a little harder on this guy. I have a feeling it's gonna expand, but maybe not. Uh-oh, Raggy, we got a problem here. This guy right here at the 14.5 inch mark is our 16 inch. Our 7.72 all the way out to the 21.5 inch mark. Our 3 inch 24 and the 4.5 at the 20 inch mark. So it looks like we clogged that hollow point up. Give us a minute and we'll pull these out. Otherwise, we're a little over the max penetration that the FBI likes to see at 18 inches. But as long as that bullet expanded, in my opinion, it's still better than a full metal jacket. The likelihood of someone wearing that many layers of denim is not very high. Now, I don't typically do this, but I figured since I tested all this ammunition on the same day to the same parameters, the same barrel lengths, this would be a pretty good summary to see this. Here is our Barnes Tac XP. This first row was clear gel. The second row is our denim. This is a 16 inch, 7.72, 4.5, and 3. This row right here is our Sig V Crown, the M17 load. Again, clear gel, and then our denim. You can see that that bullet is clogging up significantly with those layers. Then here is our 115 grain Underwood. Getting expansion out of all of those, even with that denim plug in there. But out of all these loads today, these had the most limited amount of penetration, well below what the FBI would consider a minimum. And this is typically why you don't see many people recommend a 115 grain jacketed lead core hollow point in 9mm. You're going to see a minimum recommendation of our 124 grain or 147 grain or something of this copper monolithic hollow point flavor. There is the V Crown, and there is our Barnes Tac XP. I would say from these results, if I had to pick one of these for an EDC carry, I myself am probably going to go with our Barnes Tac XP. Unless I'm carrying a 4.5 inch barrel, then I probably wouldn't mind the Sig V Crown. But HST and Gold Dot, in my opinion, reign supreme over these other jacketed hollow points. Well, everyone, that about closes the book on this ammunition review for our Sig Sauer M17 124 grain plus P 9mm loading. I would say this, in terms of, low, mid, or high tier ammunition for personal protection, self-defense, is teetering close to that upper echelon of what we consider our gold standard here, which is our Spear Gold Dot, our Federal HST, and our Winchester SXT, Black Talon, Ranger T variations. We had good velocity and accuracy out of this load, and as far as our penetration depth and gel goes, it seems this particular bullet design is really geared towards our 4.5 to 5 inch barrel weapons. We did maintain expansion out of all 4 barrel lengths, even when introducing our heavy denim test, which in the past some of our low to mid tier rounds have trouble with until we add velocity, you know, past the 4.5-inch barrel. With all that being said, it's time for me to get the heck out of here, but at the end of all my videos, I take a moment to thank all those who help make these possible. Number one is my Patreon and Subscribe Star fans. I have a link tree in the description below, various different ways to contact me through Instagram or Facebook or any kind of affiliate links that help earn me a commission to purchase some of this stuff. Number two is my buddy Robert K, who donated the funds to purchase that ammunition. And of course, number three is you all for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you at the range.